Hey, beautiful people. I'm Mila.
Hey y'all, I'm Monika.
And thanks for joining us. We're back. How you doing, sis?
I am aligned and balanced and grateful for another year.
Whoop, whoop. Of course, we were missing in action, but we all know that Monika had a born day celebration. It was all over our Instagram, and we are just excited to get into this thing. I feel like there's so much to catch up with you on. It is definitely summer madness out here. I mean, summer is in
Girl,
full effect, girl. Yes, honey, and people are, whoo, they are
people are
showing.
entitled crazy and got the effing audacity.
A lot of that, girl. A lot of that. Okay, but you know how I like to start it though, with doing a check-in. How is our outside auntie doing? Our favorite outside auntie. What you been up to, lady? How you feeling? What's your takeaway from the last week and a half since we got together on the podcast?
I needed some rest.
Okay.
uh I'm great. That the weather has been fantastic. I have enjoyed, I'm still celebrating, but I've been enjoying my birthday week and the days leading up to my birthday. So much. I'm trying to recall.
Okay,
Um
good, because I know you stay out here in these streets. Okay, in a good way. You be networking. People be saying like, "Wait, where was Monika? She was here. She was there. She was everywhere."
and I'm enjoying the weather because usually you already know around this time for my birthday I be out of town.
You do.
um that was a plan, but
Mhm.
other things take precedence. So
Mhm. Money do. Yes, it do. Making money do.
so when yeah, so when the winter come around, when it get cold and crazy here, best believe I will be out.
Well, I'm scared if it gets any crazier because it's definitely been, like you said, a lot of madness in the air. I know for me, I went live this week, which is the first time that I've ever done that. Just to kind of give a testimony, I couldn't wait till we got together on the podcast to say, man, if you don't know, you better be calling on the name of the Lord. That's just my, you know me. I always got to take it to service. But that's it. I mean, I've had a fabulous week and a half, 2 weeks, I guess. Like you, I guess we did need the pause, but I was salty. People don't think I was happy to not be recording and having our discussion, because I love to when people hit us up and they're like, wait, what were you guys were talking about the craziest thing. So I did miss it, but I definitely appreciate true self care. We preach that a lot around here, but it was nice to actually get a chance to experience it. So, okay, so Monika, have you thought about some of the things that you did while you were out and about, or do I need to remind you?
I'll be having short-term memory.
I mean, you do stay booked and busy. You went to some place last night though that we had all over our Instagram, and you said it was a worthwhile event. It was out in Tacoma.
Yes, I went to, let me pull it up in my notes here, girl, because yeah, I
I mean, you was out all, you said you went to a restaurant that was formerly popping, but then they went through a remodel and then they remixed their
oh, oh,
menu.
oh, okay. So I went to for my birthday dinner. It's we, the ladies, get together. So my sister and my mother, we get together for my birthday dinner, and I had selected to go to the lobster shop. They had a remodel.
Mm,
So now they got valet. I mean,
mm.
I don't even think they really need valet, but anyway.
You said unnecessary. You said that was an unnecessary part of the remodel was getting valet. Okay.
It's complimentary. I mean,
Hmm.
because the parking lot's not that even big to have valet, so that's why it should be complimentary for them to move your car from like 100 feet into a parking space. But anyways, the view. I mean, you're really paying for the view because, and this is my honest critique, because I've been there and I have been there before the remodel. Before the remodel, their food was good. I'd go there for happy hour. I went there by myself. We've visited there several times, eaten there several times. I don't know who curated the menu this time. It's one page. It's a
Mm,
limited menu.
mm.
Uh, yeah, nobody was. I mean, nobody was really. I'll say satisfied with the food.
Okay,
Um,
so that is saying a lot too, but that is your opinion. And maybe it was just some kind of weird night, where they were trying a new menu or something. Like
uh,
hopefully you can still get what you like because you said complimentary things about this place before.
but yeah, that was before, so they can take criticism. So yeah, no, when your halibut is
Mm.
not cooked all the way in the middle,
Oh, girl, stop it.
yeah,
Ooh,
no.
girl, that make me. Who don't you mess up no halibut? No, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Oh my god, that's
And
a
I don't.
Northwest
Yeah,
treat.
it was a thick piece of fillet, but that shouldn't
Hmm.
be the excuse. My
No.
sister's was cooked all the way, but I didn't eat all my food. There was some halibut left on there,
Oh, girl.
and that
Man,
was
did
that.
you just get
Now,
it to go? Wait, hold on. This is the real test. Did you take it with you to go?
no, for what?
Okay, well, the foodie in me said that's a wrap then. That's a no buenos type of situation. So,
Yeah,
okay.
and my mother, she got me one of my favorite cakes is a lavender lemon cake from Corina's Bakery. Shout out to Corina's Bakery.
Okay.
If you haven't had one before, you better go get you one.
You might as well because there's no more Borginis. So, you got to start loving cake some other places, I guess.
Well, this is in Tacoma, so.
Okay.
And they brought out the cake, they cut the cake for us, and they did set that up nicely. The waiter did a nice job with that, and so the cake was beautiful. I do have pictures of it, but and it was delicious, and still
Okay.
eating on it. But the dinner, no.
Mm. Okay. Well, at least that was fair. At least that was honest. Now, did you get to your notes about last night's event? Because you said that was a better event than you even expected, and you're like, okay.
Well, we need like a lounge, like something where the community could get together and listen to
Hmm.
some like dope music. And so DJ Topspin was I'm in his stories, and because I'm like, when you coming down to Tacoma? Because he was, spinning like at STK and Bellevue for some time, or like the Westin or on the pier. And so I saw that in his stories he was going to be down in Tacoma on the east side. And I was like, what is going on? And so I had swang by because it was from 6 to 9.
Mm, okay.
And it is called Soul Sessions at the Parable in Tacoma. And it's DJ Topspin, aka Blendiana Jones, and then food by Trini Plate. So they had some Jamaican food there. But if you didn't get there early, girl, you
That
wasn't.
food was gone. Okay, no. We already know
The
the way the food goes. So wait, did they kind of go a little bit longer than 9 o'clock? And is it something that they're gonna do on a regular basis down there, or what?
this is a regular basis. They'll have guest music or guest DJs come through, and it's free. There's no there's no
Cover.
fee, there's no cover, door entry. The food is free. That's probably why it was all gone when I got there, but I didn't know. You
I
know,
know what part of town it. I know what part of town it is. People were just coming in for a couple of bites and like, okay, we'll stay for some grooves.
yeah,
But
no, I
okay.
get there 7:30ish, not
Mm-hmm.
right when it started, but like in the middle when it was
Mm-hmm.
going on. And so every Thursday from now until September, they're also going to have like a block party. So
Mm.
we'll be posting that information on there, but it's called Soul Sessions, and they have local artisan like art and gifts and merchandise that you can buy in there. And it felt like something that would be like in New York. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh, look at T Town. Look at Tacoma trying to get metropolitan and real chic and fun. All right.
Right. And the DJ doesn't feel limited as far as what he is able to play there. He can just be his creative self and get into it.
Okay, because everybody's here for the party. Okay, so it sounds like you had a family affair. that was really jamming last night, and of course on your birthday. So shout out to you, Monika, and I definitely, honey. I am beyond thrilled that you're in this new season. And, like I put on the stories, I'm wishing you nothing but abundant joy and happiness for your new year ahead. So
Thank you.
we got to talk about. I know when we were trying to say, well, what is the theme of the show? I said, girl, there is too much wildness out here in these streets. I mean, family, we got to talk about the kids. We got to talk about this flying. We got to talk about this street racing in Seattle. It's like, wait, it's just too much. So I'm like, girl, I don't know, Monika. Are we talking about the babies first yet? Are we just gonna start talking about these kids and these trends right now and getting that over?
I mean, yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, because I was there has been a national news story if you live in the United States, and shout out to our international listeners. Bing, 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 we love
Oh
it.
yeah, we got a new country on the list, y'all.
so
Spain.
we yeah, so
Spain
we
is in the
appreciate.
house.
Hey, hey, so we appreciate family all abroad. So there was a lady, a young woman, 25, who, you know, black female, which, that brought up a whole bunch of other social and societal issues about, how we look and search for missing, black. And they should even say indigenous women as well, because they get kidnapped and not looked for either. And so the lady said that she was kidnapped. Her name was Carly. It was all a hoax, just, I guess, a mental health break. We don't know yet why, but we know for sure that she was never kidnapped. Nothing happened. Her story was bogus, and so that part is that. But then Monika brought it to me that she had heard. What you hear, girl?
About the kids.
Yeah, you said that you heard that the kids were doing it on what, TikTok or something?
The kids are, I guess there's a YouTube challenge. This was pulled from TGIF. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's more, and yes. Uh the kids that there, you already know there's TikTok challenges,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube challenges, and I guess there's a YouTube challenge to make prank calls to the police, to 911, that your friends have been abducted or you have been kidnapped. So an 11-year-old uh called them and thought it would be funny to say that their friends got kidnapped by somebody in a white van. And uh no, girl.
girl, girl, I
No,
don't know
girl.
why
First
these
of all,
kids.
you're
Mm-mm.
wasting time, you're wasting energy, you're wasting resources, you're wasting taxpayers' money.
Dollars. That's my money.
Um, your parents need to get girl, they didn't get it. I would allowed my child to get arrested because you doing some stupid stuff.
Yeah, so keep your eye on your nieces, your nephews, or your kids with these challenges this summer, okay? Because Carly hasn't been sentenced yet. See, the thing is, it's not necessarily that Carly is going to get to escape any kind of prosecution, because for 48 hours, she had national spotlight. People were looking for her. And I do want to remind people about the lady in California, uh what is it, her name was Papini, Sherry Papini, who last year got sentenced to 18 months in prison. Okay, so 18 months in prison, that's what people need to be hearing, these consequences for their crazy actions, for faking her own kidnapping. Okay, so nobody got time for that. Okay, because really, when people are out here and they really need to be looked for and really need to be rescued and really need to be found alive, breathing in the land of the living, they're not able to. So don't you play. And if you
Right.
play, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be out there protesting on your behalf like that's an unfair sentence.
No, so
Don't
I don't
play.
know if
Mm-mm.
Carly, if it was like a mental health issue, like she just wanted some attention, but a girlfriend, or she just tell her parents how she really wants to live her life.
Mm.
Uh, girl, back in the day, I would have never. Mm-mm. I
I would
mean,
have
like
faked my own
I
kidnapping. I
if
don't
there
even
was
think
if
that was
there
my
was
reality. I think too many people watching movies like, what was that, Gone Girl, and just they just tripping. I'm like, stop it. You kidnapping yourself. No, that's a
if
hard
I'm gonna
hard pass.
kidnap myself, I'm going to an island. The hell?
Yeah.
She went
Okay.
to some tunnel underneath the freeway. Like, chick, really?
Okay. Girl, I'm with you. I'm with
And
you.
if there was something like I knew I was gonna get in trouble or I didn't want to talk to my parents about something, like I just would take the L. Like I'm just gonna be past my curfew because this is what I want to do, and I just take the L when I come back and just face it. These young some of these younger kids are just weak. I'm sorry.
He said, "Well, honey, Carly was 25 years old, so I mean, if your curfew was like that,
I mean, if you can't talk to your parents when you're 25, that's an issue. You need to go talk to a therapist.
therapist, yeah, that's some other things. But yeah, I blame I don't blame you either. Sometimes you know you're gonna take the punishment, and you just come home late. And you just deal with it, but you don't make up no sensational story. And believe me, there have been plenty of times. So what?
And I guess
What?
it allegedly has something to do with her the breakup of her boyfriend or something. Like, girl, you need to go talk to a therapist.
You know what? I'm tired of people acting like because you broke up with someone, you have to go hurt other people, or well, I guess she technically hurt herself, or do things to be sensational. Because the boyfriend was on TV. I'll say, Monika really like championing for her and looking for her and wanting her to get back home. So I don't know about that boyfriend. I think it's really easy to throw out excuses for people's bad behavior, but that was definitely something where she had a mental break. So okay, so that
Yeah,
was our first scene.
it's codependency issues. I'm like, girl, you 25. You got more life to live. Don't let one little turd.
I heard what you said. Mess you up like that. I think that's a lesson right here, girl. I mean, I think you just had to set a
And
point.
where your girlfriends at? Where my girls at? Where your
Who
girlfriends
said
at?
the fact, yeah, honey? People don't value sometimes when you get in relationships. And I remember being young and being in relationships. You might not invest so much in your friendships, your sisterhoods. That's why they already need to be established and in place. Because that boy, whatever, gonna have you seeing stars, and you're not gonna be worried about what your girlfriends are doing. And before you know it, you don't have a circle. You don't have anyone to be talking
Right.
to
And
who
I
want to
feel
hear that.
like, we didn't grow up with social media like that. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
social media puts pressure on people because you keep seeing these people get flued out and their
Mm-hmm.
boyfriends are doing this and everything is so happy go lucky and ooh,
Lies.
I'm glad I my man did this and my man did that. Girl,
Bye. Mm-hmm.
illusions. And just to double back to the YouTube challenge and Twitter
Mm-hmm.
challenges, I need YouTube and Twitter. PSA, y'all. I need YouTube and Twitter to pull these hashtags for these challenges. Like you be pulling hashtags for like health information that you say is not accurate. Y'all need to go ahead and pull these challenges ASAP, or they need to get fined.
Well, honey, you said YouTube and TikTok because Twitter is a place where people go now to just uh, anything goes. It's
Okay, well,
wilder than
yeah,
the wild wild west, girl. It's
correction,
wilder than the wild
TikTok.
wild
Yeah.
west.
Well, now
Mm-hmm.
now IG has their own Twitter called Threads because we don't know what that dude over there who thinks he is I don't know, with that
Oh, you mean
cartoon
Twitter?
character that runs the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Twitter. Because aren't they a big X now, girl? Twitter's got so much going
I'm
on.
I'm
But
probably
we
about
are on
mhm.
Threads. But Auntie season, we are on Threads, so you
Right.
can find us there as well. If you got your Threads account, go ahead, share, like, subscribe, do all that. We're there. we're there early.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've talked in the past about people driving crazy and having, how you don't even like to drive too late in the town anymore, and that's Tacoma. And then of course this
Oh no, no, no,
Sunday.
not just Tacoma. That's
Oh,
that's I-5 corridor, Seattle, Tacoma,
okay,
everywhere.
okay.
Hmm.
And of course this Sunday, approximately at 4 a.m. So the past Sunday that just happened, so it would have been like the 22nd or 23rd. Um, Capitol Hill had their own little illegal street racing, which I'm like, you know what? The Fast and Furious got these kids really, really, really
There's not enough
confused.
room on Capitol Hill to do that.
Yes, and the crazy part, the reason I'm bringing the story to the family is because when the police tried to come and respond to the illegal street racing, the crowd turned on the police and interfered, was jumping on the police cars and acting a Capitol Hill. I mean, we remember Chop Zone a couple of years ago. It's not out of our consciousness. We have ended up
So
at
hold up, the police didn't shoot nobody.
That's not what our that's not what our police do. I mean, people were shot, but they weren't shot by the police. Four people were shot, and one of them died. Um, but that wasn't because of the police. The police were trying to go in there and prevent all that kind of foolishness.
Yeah,
And I
because if they
really
was
feel
in
like,
Tacoma or Lakewood, them police would have shot at them.
well, I mean, definitely the Seattle police have been
They
under, attack.
can't
Yeah,
afford to shoot nobody.
yeah, no, they definitely can't. But also, you can't let it run wild. This is not like a free for all. It's not an anarchist city. So there has to be a little bit of law and order or some kind of rules that make sense. So we'll see how Seattle, deals with that. But yes, honey, the madness of the summer street races. Honey, people getting killed there, jumping on the police's car,
That's why I'm
interfering
like,
with
how are
the
they racing on
investigation.
Capitol Hill? The way you be talking about, they got all them bike lanes everywhere.
That's probably what made it dangerous. I mean, for real. I mean, for real, for real. We know Capitol Hill, they've made a show to drive there. I mean, between those random parking lanes outside, I mean, it's just
Because
it's just a hot
you know
damn
if they
mess.
would if they would have hit one of them bicyclists, then people would have been rioting up there.
Well, it was at 4 a.m. in the morning, so thankfully, I guess all the bicyclists were home, and I appreciate that because they get on my. I'm gonna tell you this: I don't know who does our roads in Seattle, but I'm kind of like f you, really, to a big f you, because man, you got that you want violence to happen in the Columbia City corridor, with that whole Columbia City and Rainier situation. Man, I know we got to have bike lanes and bus lanes, but you have car lanes, and you sure tax us. But that's all right. I'm not going there. But I don't know. I don't like who's doing the roads right now and the suggestions for
I
tolls and
mean, no,
all
you
the
do go there because
foolishness.
they do tax us. What is you talking about? They about to start taxing
The
not
exits, yeah, and
the
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 freeways and all kind of
the
stuff.
gasoline. They're gonna start taxing the gasoline vehicles.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. Oh, it's just girl, more taxes on top of
Well,
taxes.
that's
But
funny. They're gonna start taxing the gasoline vehicles, and then you get these electric vehicles. And if it get too cold or get too hot, y'all ain't going nowhere.
which I'm like, electric vehicles, electricity comes from someplace, right?
And if the power
Hmm.
grid go out, you just SOL. So then
Yeah.
everybody gonna have to get on a bike or a horse.
Yeah, what makes that power grid work again? I wonder.
Hmm.
So, yeah, okay. So those kind of questions, and then of course one more crazy story about what was happening in Seattle the last couple of days, because I know this is your favorite artist, Monika. Oh, girl. But this week, I should say, well, within the last week or two, everyone knows that Taylor Swift had a series of concerts. So she was performing for two
Boo.
nights in Seattle, and she actually beat the standing Beastquake that happened in 2011 when Marshawn Lynch handled. That was a good 2011, 12, and 13 were good Seahawks watching. I mean, I'm still a fan, and you have to love the good days as well as the bad days. But Taylor Swift, her fans, her Swifties, they broke that record when she was in town. So that's kind of something to talk about. Now, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song, Monika?
Girl, I don't care about that girl. And I don't know no Taylor Swift song. And
Oh,
Taylor
shake
Swift
it
got,
off, shake it off.
please stop. Taylor Swift got these uh I can't use that word. But anyways, yeah, she got these people out here with the audacity, entitled, and acting a whole fool out here, and they need to chill out. They really
Mm.
do.
Oh, so you're talking about how crazy? Because I know that you were at the Steilacoom Farmers Market this week.
Girl, just out on the roads. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
I was on
girl.
Pacific Highway, leaving the gas station at the native gas station by the
Mm-hmm.
casino. People
Mm-hmm.
act like they don't know how to drive.
Mm-mm. They don't.
Um
They
they
don't. They don't know how
they
to be considerate.
no, they don't know how to be considerate, and I'm trying not to have them catch Monika from back in 2003.
Ooh.
Um yeah, and they did it again at the farmers market, and I'm just like, mm, I know there's law manifestation, but no, girl,
Mm-mm.
no, you in the ass at this point, because you feel some type of way, and yeah, I got insurance, girl, and I have some other stuff in my car, so I need you to chill out.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, the farmers market was a bit much because you were like, what way? Because we were talking good, you're like laughing, oh, the farmer is, I don't walk the least too much. We were having a whole moment, And then, I'm talking to you, and then all of a sudden you get into your car and you're like, wait, what would that boom? It changed up. I felt like it was 2003 for a minute, but I had to remind you, don't let these people take you out of your cuteness, okay? Because for one, it's your birthday season. F these hoes out here. Oops, sorry, that's how I would say if I was talking. That is what I say for real. I'm like, forget those other ladies. Sorry. I don't know if that was positive. That might have been for the Patreon, but that is how I do. When I'm telling her to keep her cool, that's what it is. And don't let these hoes.
I don't know if it's the sun. I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know what's going on,
It's
but
Taylor Swift, honey, the Swiftie. She's in the air. She got them confused,
she needs to take several seats along with her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. She need to take several seats.
I
She
said,
trying
I
to act like
wonder.
she a little perfect angel out here. She
Oh,
need to go sit down.
I wonder, is that how we're gonna be feeling when Beyonce takes over in September for Virgo season? Will it get
No,
wild? Will
no,
it get wild in the
no. I don't think so. Did it get wild last time she was here? I think
No, but
people. I think
it,
people.
it
I
gets.
think people were probably in their happiest.
Yes, I was gonna say it gets beautiful. People start feeling themselves. They start showing love. They start being cuter, acting more responsibly. If you don't believe me, just ask Uncle Booski and I. We've
Hmm.
seen Beyonce on several occasions, and every time we do it, we are in a zone, honey. We are drinking, happy, loving, feeling cute, honey, feeling empowered, feeling like we got this thing. But anyway, okay, so so then moving right along, since Auntie, you be outside, out in these streets, and on these planes, internationally and nationally. There were a couple of stories that have come to our attention about flying the friendly skies. The first one, we're just going to start. We're going to just get our feet wet with this story, and then we're getting to the real good one. But the first one was a lady out of Seattle uh, posted something on TikTok where someone, once she got on her flight, she was flying from Seattle to Paris. So it was going to be a 12-hour plus flight. And she was sitting in first class. She had paid for the first class ticket. She wanted the experience, blah, blah, blah. And the flight attendant, a flight agent came to her and asked, would she be willing to trade seats? And now, mind you, I'm not saying keep her first class status, but would she be willing to move seats so that a family could sit together? And I'm going to just put this in there before Monika gives her comment. The family wasn't a family of young. The lady said this child looked like it was at least a teenager. So now, Monika, would you have given up your first class seat so that a family could sit together, ma'am?
Does a teenager have some mental issues, autistic or disabled?
No, no, no. She didn't say any of that. And she was a doctor too, so no, she didn't say
Okay,
any of
and
that.
they wasn't going to move her to another first class seat. They wanted her to go back in economy.
Or maybe business, but no, they weren't trying to keep her with her status. No.
They were not trying to accommodate her. Okay,
Mm-mm,
so
mm-mm,
first of all, I do understand with the stewardess. For
mm-mm,
example, when me and my sister, our sister and I, if you want to be grammatically correct, anyways,
mm-hmm,
we're flying back from LA to Seattle. We had an
mm-hmm.
upgrade, so the stewardess did ask the man, so we can sit, our sister and I could sit together, if he would move, but move to another first class seat, which was actually a window seat, so it was an upgrade for him.
Okay.
First she asked another man of a
And he
different
said
person.
no.
He had,
It sounds like he said.
he said no, and then they asked the other guy, different persuasion, and he
Mm-hmm,
was like, sure, that's not a problem, but so he moved, and my sister and I were able to sit together. I had the window seat,
mm-hmm.
and when I saw the gentleman that got moved, him and the other guy were having a good old conversation. They was chilling. You know what I'm saying? That I could see, if that makes sense. You want
Right.
to move a whole ass family together, and you want me to give up my seat that I paid for to go
Mm-hmm.
into economy?
No. Oh, it sounds like
No.
you. It sounds like you and the doctor have the same opinion because
No, no,
she
no.
said
What
no.
was Amanda Seal's song back in the day? Oh no, yeah, you got me effed up. No. I'm not doing that.
And that's what the doctor said, no, dog. That's what the funny part was. She said, that's a hard pass. And she said, I'm not a bad human. That kid looked like it was at least 13.
Why would she I'm the stewardess. You got to think logically sometimes. Why maybe that's part of their like protocol they have to ask or something, but girlfriend, really? Would you move, stewardess? Would you move?
Oh, I'm glad you asked the imaginary stewardess, because we not asking me, because we already know that's a no bueno. Like, no, no, thank you. Mm-mm, no.
There's a reason it's called first class and you pay extra.
Mm-mm, no, yeah, no, that's a hard pass. That's a hard that's a hard pass.
And
So
moving
no,
forward,
I
moving forward with me and myself, I'm leveling up. I'll just save up, and because I'm not, if I don't have to, I'm not flying. I'm not flying economy no more. It's gonna be,
yeah.
if it has to be a little lowest, it'll be comfort, business class or first class.
Girl, for
I,
real.
I
Well,
have
you
I have
grown.
matured to another level and manifested. I know, and like I said, I need that. I need the comfort and the space for my body. Like, let them young people take economy.
Yeah, girl, I love it. Wait, that because a lot of people were like, "No, you're not wrong. Lady, you did the right thing." Someone said the family was trying to skip out on having to pay for that third first class seat. Trying to guilt people. No, no one is feeling guilty. This is just a PSA right here, public service announcement. If I'm sitting in first class and you did not make sure that everybody in your group had the seats they need, I'm not ever feeling guilty enough where I'm like, oh, let me move from first class back to
Right.
no, 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 mm-mm. No. There's only one class. If I'm in first class, then I'm gonna stay in first class. You
And
gonna figure that out.
which airline was this? So I know not to fly with them.
Well, I mean, she was going to Paris, so I think it was like Parisian airline. So it doesn't matter, because even the next story I'm gonna tell you, there's something going on in Paris. Okay, because the next story about flying the friendly skies was about an intoxicated United Airlines pilot who turned up for a transatlantic flight, staggering with glassy eyes, and was given 6 months suspended prison sentence. This came from Yahoo via Business Insider,
What
and I
was
was like,
what was T Pain's song? What was Can I buy you a
"But you a
drink?
drink, ooh." I mean, and I think people would be really surprised to know that a pilot only flying internationally anyway only has to be sober for 12 hours
That's
before
not enough.
they.
That's not enough for me because depending on their body composition, that alcohol ain't gonna be out. I need 72 hours.
And this pilot was 6 times over the legal alcohol limit, um, according to the La Parisienne, which is the French paper that reported this. He was a 63-year-old, and see, sometimes the old people be the worst because they think they know their bodies. Like, I got this, I got this. But it was a 63-year-old American. They only identified him as Henry W. Was set to fly from Charles uh, de Gaulle in Paris to Washington Dulles Airport in Virginia on Sunday, and his alcohol level, they said, was 0.132, which was more than 6 times the legal limit for pilots in Europe and 3 times the Federal Aviation Administration's limit, which kind of is scary to know that once again, Europe has better standards than America. Because, like, wait, America's like, well, that's only 3 times. We're gonna let the pilots get a little tipsy. You can kind of handle the plane a little intoxicated. That's a hard damn pass.
Because you can be flying into other airplanes. You can be flying into military airplanes. You can be flying into UFOs. Like, I guess he was figuring because the pilots, they do put it on auto. You know what I'm saying? They really, I mean, but they have to be aware. But most of the time, they're flying those planes on auto. But nah, nope.
Yeah. And we still don't know if the actual airline that he flies for is going to actually have any kind of like reprimands, or if he's going to face any kind of punishment with his job. I mean, he was fined 4,500 euros. So probably
Is
about
he
five
still getting
grand in the US
paid though?
dollars.
That's the thing. You still getting paid? Like, no, that's in your contract that you're not supposed to drink that much. You just doing what the hell you want to do.
Yep, that sounds
Because
about
I
right.
mean, when I worked for the government, I couldn't be out here acting the damn fool. I'll tell you that. Because if it came back to them, I get in trouble.
Exactly.
They have a whole list of rules that you have to follow.
Well, I
I
don't know.
couldn't.
Maybe it's something about United Pilots because they also list that that two United pilots were arrested in Scotland on suspicion of being drunk less than 2 hours before they were ready to fly to Newark, New Jersey. So I don't, I don't know.
Oh well, yeah. Well,
United must got more relaxed pilots. I don't know. Don't
my
quote me. I'm
experience,
just saying.
my
Okay.
experience. This is my experience, not allegedly. My experience with United. I don't fly them because they be canceling and switching up your flights last minute, and I was like, hell to the nah.
Yeah, there is something definitely about what airlines people like to fly. Like people like to fly the airlines they like to fly. I mean, we've talked about it on here. I said if you want a ghetto entertainment and you don't need to be anywhere on time and you want a cheap ticket, even for first class, you go ahead and you ride that Spirit. But now if you're
Spirit
trying
or
to really,
Frontier.
yep, if you're trying to get someplace. But see, Spirit's gonna entertain you though, because
Mm-hmm.
the people, the flight attendants, everything about Spirit is like being in live action Soul Plane, the movie, you know? So that's an experience. And sometimes you want that. I mean, you get there safe, but you've seen a few things. so, that, so that's the that's the deal, my dear, on that one.
Mm-mm.
Um, now, Monika, now that I know that you don't want to get on a plane with the pilot tipsy, I have to ask you: is there any pressing community news that you've heard about in the streets that you want to bring to the family?
Mm-mm. Is there something that you remember that I told you that I forgot?
Girl, the way you summed that up, you said, "Is there something I forgot to tell you?" Well, no, but we were discussing really quickly. I mean, the thing is, time flies when we get together. But we were mentioning a story that I had was telling you about that had come from Yahoo, but it was actually via another platform. But it was talking about the fact that people are not out here in these streets getting married. These 40 plus millennials, they're calling it. They said, "Nah, we're not getting married." And they are breaking new records for that because they say a quarter of them have never been married. And then they're also not cohabitating. So they're not living with someone and then saying we're just not going to get married. People are saying forget that. And right now they're saying that it is kind of showing a new trend in how families look, how people look. But they say it's usually kind of financial and career reasons for why people are not wanting to get married and cohabitate and do that whole thing. And they even put up some statistics that I know when I mentioned it to you, you were like, I don't know if I believe that. But they said, but some 40-year-olds were more likely to have never married than their peers. Pew's analysis found that men compared to women were more likely to have never been married than their peers. Black Americans compared to Hispanics, whites, and Asians, and non-degree holders compared to those who graduated college, which I think that was one of the ones that you and I had a problem with because you went through your little list of your girlfriends real fast and was like, wait, no, they have degrees, so what's going on with that?
Yeah, like 75% of the ones who've never been married, they have degrees. So I don't know if I agree wholeheartedly with that last one, but
Yeah, that part,
mhm.
that part for me too, because there was a book that was out this year, and it was talking about people not choosing not to be married. I think it was like somehow the title of Love Jones is in there or whatever, and it was just kind of talking about women and men choosing to be single, especially professional, educated, independent entrepreneur. Like, no, they didn't feel the need to.
Do you think the pandemic top though, like the last 2 years people really got to see how their partners are and they were like, "Oh, no."
I could do bad all by myself. Well, I mean, but they said never married. So I do feel
Mhm.
like the pandemic did bring out the people's domestic violence side. I mean, you didn't know that you were living with someone who would trip out on you or emotionally or mentally or physically abuse you. And then you were stuck in the house for 3 months with them, 4 months, 6 months. And you found out I'm married to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde up in here. So, or I'm dating Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or Mrs. Hyde because women was tripping out too. So, I mean, yeah,
I
definitely. I think the
think
pandemic could have.
I think the fours or Gen X, they saw what their parents went through, or
Mm-hmm.
they experienced what their, I mean, they lived with their parents when their parents were married, when they, were kids,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to repeat that. A lot of them were focused on their careers.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get a lot of time to cultivate those type of relationship. I don't want to say it's hard. It's a challenge having a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have some balance and compromise. Also, they've probably seen their peers. I know you saw
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
get a divorce, you take financial hits.
Whew, girl. Yeah, you do,
Uh
and then the financial, but also the emotional
Emotional,
hit.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, because you love that person, you signed
it
up to
takes
go. The
years to
yeah.
recover that. You got to, for some people don't believe in counseling, but
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to counseling. I still do, because I it's not as often as I was when I was going through that,
Mm-hmm.
but
But you did
um
the work. But you did the
right.
work. Hmm.
And I'm still doing the work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but for men, it seems like when men, if their significant other spouse, if they get divorced or if they die, it seems like they don't take that time to uh,
They be like
to
YOLO.
heal.
They
They
be
be
like,
they be on to the next. But
yeah, yeah, that's
I
the
mean, there's
truth.
other things. People, they finding out that they want to do certain things and the other person doesn't want to do certain things. It's just like, well, why am I with you?
But okay, wait. See, but that's the thing. It's like you're not with your person because they have to do everything with you. Like
No,
that's the thing that I think is scary. I mean, I can see why millennials are feeling that way, but now we're in a different little area. We're still in that group, but I don't want my man. My man don't have to be my shadow.
no. And
Like
that's what I said. I
I
don't,
respect. I've had my relationship with my girlfriends. But I gotta honor that. Just because I'm good with some man, don't mean that all of a sudden I don't know my girlfriends or I don't know
right.
their
But
history.
that's what people are
My
seeing
people.
on,
Hmm.
that's what people are seeing on social media. And I'm like, I've always been to myself in solitude. I
Hmm.
have no problem being by myself.
Hmm.
For real,
Exactly.
for real.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I mean, no, I get that, and I understand that's probably why people are like, I don't need to be married, and I definitely get that
What'd you
because
say?
you've
What'd you
been married.
say?
I'm one of those unmarried ones. I have not been married. There's been a ring on it a few times, but sometimes you stop yourself right in the nick of damn time.
What did you say? Sidebar. I can do bad by myself.
Girl, hell yes, I on that one. Because I, one of the funniest things, and I wasn't even engaged to this person, honey. They must have went up to my cousin, her whole job. And I like, you talk about wanting to cuss somebody out, Monika. I wasn't, this cousin too. Shout out to my cousin Kiki, because she crazy. She was like, girl, no, he came up there and he pulled out a piece of paper and he had a plan about your wedding. I said, girl, really, really, really? You think this joker's gonna decide my whole wedding, and I ain't gonna have no input, and that my family, you guys not gonna know about it? Like, what were you tripping? She said I was shocked because he came into my job first. I said, well, you introduced me to him, so you knew he was, whatever, girl. So I said he staggered us behind up to your job with some false claims and a false narrative, and you believed him. She was like, well, she said he seemed really sincere, girl. I said, the other person has
Mm-mm.
to know they're getting married. I said, that's the thing. Like, you can't
Mm-mm.
surprise that. We're not no surprise wedding, okay? That's a hard pass. If you surprise me with a wedding, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Cause that's not even how I move.
Oh,
That's not even how the Virgo
remember
is.
that lady a few years ago? It was on IG. Her husband, they had been together for a long time, but her husband surprised her with a wedding.
Keyword here, they have been together for a long time, and then they have kids, and we're
Yeah.
cohabitating, and all the
Yeah.
things that as you might as well meet me at the altar with your white dress. Well, then
But he's
that's fine.
still, yeah, no. No, I'm not doing that still. No.
I was gonna say so, Monique.
You already
Do a
know
baby.
I have control issues, but yeah, no, we're not. No, you're not. Unless you know all the details that I want and I have written them down and you saw them and then you went ahead and proceeded with that, that's fine. But just
Mm-mm,
no.
mm-mm. Now I was gonna say, and as part of your family circle, nope, I don't like that either. Cause did you call her mama? Did you let Mama Monika know? Did you call her sister? Did you call any of her cousins? Okay, did you call her Leo cousin? Okay, did you check in with any of her besties? I got a list. Okay, so if you ain't checked in with nobody, you ain't doing no surprise wedding for Monika. That's a hard pass. We done already went through the I'm so in love, I got to elope, or we got to do whatever. We ain't doing that no more. That's a hard, strong pass.
Mm-mm. No,
Mhm. No,
no.
but I will
Never.
say this: my idea of like what marriage and like a wedding would be like has changed from when I thought about it when I was six in the teens, in the 20s, and even in the 30s. In the 40s, the wedding is a totally different vibe. What Mila's trying to go for, so I'll just put that out in the universe. Like it ain't what it was looking like at 20. No, it
Oh
ain't looking
no.
like what it's looking at 30. So no, that's something different. It's something intimate and it's something real because I'm gonna have to be really bothered with this joker, nobody else. So I want the people who are gonna validate that and support that and check both of us there.
Well,
But
first of all, let's not call your future husband a joker.
okay.
So, yes, melanated king, or
Mhm.
I mean, whoever.
Oh, do you see how Monika slipped that shade in there for me? Because I be equal opportunity out here in these streets. But I feel you though. You speak that melanated king into my life, and he don't have to be a joker, but he better have a sense of or at least be
Mm-hmm.
able to like mine. Okay, for real. You see, yeah, I was gonna say because Monica, you know my exes too, so that's funny. I was
So
gonna say,
yeah, so what's a good match for a Virgo? Definitely not another Virgo.
I got silent. Monica, you're trying to choke me up. I mean, you're the one that does the moon and the stars up in here, girl. You asking me about another Virgo? I'm laughing because Beyonce has really tried to stay with her man, and he's a Sagittarius. I've dated a lot of different people, and the Virgo girls, the men and women I know, they be single because Virgos have their own set of
Ooh, you
issues.
know what? I'm just
Mhm.
surveying the Virgos I know and the
Mhm.
Virgo women I know, and y'all are single.
Yeah, it's like 75% are. I'm not saying that there's not 25% that are out there dipping and doing it, but you have to know yourself. I
Maybe you need a water sign. You definitely don't need no fire.
I was gonna say, girl, I've tried two fire signs, same sign, like days apart, and it was the same.
You might need some
It's
water.
passionate, but it's wild. It's
You,
wild,
you need you
girl.
need some water to flow, or you might need some air to float. You
See,
definitely don't
that's
need
what
no
you're saying,
fire.
but Virgo, I don't like those things. So those things were out of control. And believe me, remember, everybody in my family damn near is a water sign. From my dad being Scorpio, to my mom being a Cancer girl, my cousins be Cancer girl. No,
No,
no.
maybe you need a Gemini. Keep you on your
Now
toes.
the only I was gonna say my grandpa, my cousin. Yeah, no, nope. You know why I can't mess with Gemini's? No, thank you. That's the twins. I don't like signs that have two things in them because they usually be like conflict of interest, duality. One side here. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. I don't know for whatever reason, brother Kanye is jumping to my mind right now, and I'm saying no, no. I don't need that kind of
Mhm.
duality. So
I heard
don't
that.
try
I heard the Capricorns and Virgos are supposed to go together.
because we're both earth signs. Okay, we get it. And actually, the best. Yeah, I was gonna say actually, yeah, I do mess with Capricorns. Yeah, they're solid because they're hardworking. They get it. They're logical. Shout out to my Capricorns out there. Woo woo.
So any
Yeah.
Capricorn men that are listening,
No. Um.
that are international.
Oh Lord, Monika's clowning. Okay, now you see, I ain't putting her on blast, but that's all right. Hallelujah. So we, so we, so
I'm
Monika.
not I'm not looking, y'all.
I understand. I understand, girl. I understand. Or maybe I should say I overstand that. But I didn't know Mila was really on the hotline either. But all right, well, put me out there. So
Birthday's
if you
around the
know
corner,
somebody,
so your
you just
birthday's around the
asking for a
corner.
friend. You just asking for a friend.
Yeah, your
Okay, I
birthday's
guess.
around. Beyond, you can get a boyfriend.
Don't have to be some shit I won't. The Beyonce tickets. I have a feeling Uncle. I done manifested those. Okay, I'm gonna manifest those. that other stuff, girl, Jesus take the wheel. You know what? I'm not saying anything because if Jesus has my mate in mind and he is going to present them around my birthday, well, then I will be presented with that. If not, Camila's going to be, and I did say my full government name, and that's fine because you know the Mila had to be short for something because I am black. Then I'm gonna have, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's what I'm gonna say. That I'm gonna
I
have what
mean,
God has for me.
you coming into a manifestor year too, girl. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I'm gonna have what God have for me. I'm gonna have for me. I ain't saying no to it. So if he's saying it's this man, if the man happened to be a Gemini, I say I guess Jesus know better than me. But if I was just choosing, I
I mean,
say the
it could
regular.
be Beyonce, babies, and boyfriends.
Oh, you putting all the things on me, girl. Well, I mean, you ain't talking nothing except the Virgo's like to talk about money and things, money and security. But you put out a lot of good things. You said Beyonce, babies, and wait, what do you say? Men and baby, girl? I don't know, girl.
No, the three B's: Beyonce, babies, and a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear in advance what Monika's wish for my year is. I thank you, sis. With that, moving moving quickly along. Girl, you was telling me something
Swiftly,
about you were saying that the moon was
moving
something was happening
swiftly
to the
along,
moon, huh?
moving swiftly along.
Girl, honey, it was faster than if I was a Swifty trying to get a Taylor Swift ticket. Okay, that's how fast we moving along here. What's happening with the moon, Monika? You mentioned something to me about the moon.
In August, since
Mm-hmm.
August is around the corner, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
summer is coming to the latter stages here.
Mm-hmm.
The moon.
You said two of them, girl. I was like two full moons, two full moons.
Yeah,
It's
so
like one for Leo season and one for Virgo season. Hey.
right, so I was saying, August is around the corner, and it
Mm-hmm.
brings two full super moons. So it's a
Mm.
rare occurrence. Burns away any blockage,
Mm.
and Venus bringing in retrograde. It means that cosmic energy is doing a major flip to upgrade your finances and romantic lives just in time for Virgo season for your birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say you had already manifested all the good things for me, so we're gonna see. We're gonna remember we heard it at the end of July episode, and we'll see what happens. I'll give the people updates now. I ain't gonna keep it to myself. Girl, as much as I like to testify, if it happened, I'm sure gonna let you in on that tea.
Well, like I already told you, y'all, if you see me at an altar, but other than that, yeah. Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, girl, you could have said I wish you finances and travel and all kind of things, but I'm okay with the three things you put on me. But I will say, Monika, come on, we gonna have to do better by each other in our sisterhood. I wish you abundance and joy
Finances,
and happiness.
finances, fun, and family.
Oh, okay, that works. I'll take the F's and put some football because who September means it's football season. Okay, sorry, that's a side note. Now, girl, let's swiftly get on to this business of the week, ma'am.
Yes, yes. My sister friend,
Mm-hmm.
a traveling buddy.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and she has black girl in her braids. Black girl in her braids. She has hooked the sister up.
Mm-hmm.
The business of the week is Erica Michelle Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
She stayed booked and busy.
I heard it.
Uh, get an appointment with her. So you better, when she say her books are open, you better swiftly go and make with
Swift.
her, cause you better get in when you fit in, cause otherwise you ain't gonna get in. So yes, she hooked your girl up
Outside
with some
auntie, honey, our favorite lady. Okay.
birthday braids. Pictures coming soon, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, uh, yeah, don't book too much. I need to be able to get back in with her, so I'm just saying. But
I know it was kind of one of those things where it's like we want to shout out Erica because we love her and we know she listens to the podcast when she's doing the people's hair. So girl, thank you, thank you, thank you. But also because because when you tell people what you like though, it's like, oh no, 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 no. Let me still get in a still let me get my appointment though when I need it. But I feel like you're good enough with Erica. Like you said, that's your trap. That's you guys is real friends for real, for real. You're gonna be good. You'll be able to still get in.
yeah, and
And
then also I do have to mention your girl went back thanks to Uncle Bookski. Your
mhm,
girl went back to his family and got some birthday nails.
mhm.
Pictures come shortly. Uh, Adria Cruz nails in Tacoma, Washington. Just had to shout her out again because she is doing her thing with her nails. Appreciate you, girl.
Okay, okay, I love it. So, and I know you got some compliments on Erica's parting and her braid game. And so, for real, if you need them summer braids, and she did individuals, you go on ahead and you call Erica and get your hair and your mind right so you can enjoy the rest of the summer, so you can swim, be outside, be in the mix, and not have to worry about anything like that.
Right, and she's been doing this for years. She's a licensed cosmetologist, so she actually washes your hair and blow dries it out, so you don't have to come with your hair already done like some of these other people around here.
That don't have that real cosmetology license. But that's another
Exactly.
that's a whole another conversation. But also, we're shouting out businesses. And so, if you have a business, make sure you listen to us and hit us up at our DMs. Okay, let us know because we either know about your business or we don't. But we can't talk about what we don't know and what we haven't visited yet.
And we
So
are accepting sponsorships now, so go ahead and
go
tap
ahead
in.
and do that. Yeah, also DM us for that. If you want us to always be talking about your stuff, we can always be talking about your stuff. So, so we love it. Okay, so Monika, on that note, is there anything that I'm forgetting to tell the family?
No, just be kind and drive like you got some sense out here.
Yeah, definitely be safe and enjoy the rest of the summer. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now we're just waiting for Keezy to pop on.
Did you send him another link? Because me and
Yeah.
him were on
Yeah.
and we didn't hear you.
No, I could hear you guys. That's what I was like, what is going on? I think I just heard him. So I think we are good to go.
Yes.
Yay. Okay.